Well, the fact is that today, when we were patrolling the village of Shirokino, we have not seen any DPR members and armed formations within the village itself. We have also not seen any civilians left in the village. In the beginning of April this year, we have suggested to the sites that we can assist them to disengage from Shirokino. Unfortunately, the sides have not managed to come to any agreement, and it is very tragic that after so many civilians have died and all civilians have left, that only now there is a new momentum. However, this relative calm at the moment is on very thin ice, and it can break at any time. So it is important that the sides continue to work very close with each other, that more trust is built between the sides, so that the fight is not erupting again in Shirokino or expands to somewhere else. And indeed, inhabitants in Sakhanka today expressed to me personally that they're fearing that their village might be the next Shirokino. I'm not aware to what you refer exactly, but all our monitors are accredited diplomats with the Foreign Ministry of Ukraine. There should be no question as to the status of our observers. No, we do have restrictions on the side of the Ukraine armed forces where we are being stopped at checkpoints, but this is a different procedure than the permit procedure that the civilians have to undergo to cross the contact line. It is equally important that restrictions imposed on us also exist on the side of the Luhansk and Donetsk regions where the government does not control. We produce our reports publicly. When the media is obviously misinforming, we issue a fact check on our reports. And however, the reports that we do are comprehensively and are made available to the public. The public is invited to read the reports from our website, not as a second or third source quotation in other medias. The reports are authoritatively put on our website. That is where the citizen and the interested reader can read the report directly. The tensions are indeed very high on both sides. The fact that more hotspots are erupting is obvious to us, and we have recognized it also and have reported so in our daily and other reporting that we have made to the general public. This increased fighting not only affects the non-implementation of the Minsk agreements, but it also affects the civilians who suffer from these fightings as the sides continue to place their firing positions in or nearby civilian infrastructure. I mean, it is clear that the citizens in these hotspots are very frustrated, that they are being shelled for weeks and months. 15 months now, these people are suffering from being shelled either from the DPR side or from the Ukrainian side. We are the only ones, apart from journalists, that travel to these areas, but we can't be everywhere at all times. The OBSE Special Monitoring Mission does not ignore these incidents. If we can't be there, then it is for good reason. It's either too risky, or it has occurred when we have not happened to be there. We have 489 monitors in Ukraine, and that of course is a big number, but it is not sufficient to cover all these fighting areas that now erupt newly along the contact line.